Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me. For those who follow my channel and saw my last reptile room tour video, you would have seen I added a quarantine tub to my rack. And today we're going to look at how we can set one of those up as cheaply as possible. So if that's something you're interested in, please stay tuned. I'll be adding links in the description so you can buy any of the items that I'm using today. As usual, if you want any more updates on anything to do with my channel, then please check me out on Instagram or my Facebook page. I've recently joined Twitter as well, so I'd really appreciate any support there. So let's not waste any more time, let's get on with today's video. Okay, welcome back. So as I said, today we're going to be looking at how to set up a cheap and effective quarantine system. This is not the only use you can have for it, and we'll go over some other uses you can have for this. I know a lot of you are new to the hobby would struggle to want to even afford to pay for a quarantine system, and this is probably just a cheap way of going around that. I'm going to be using examples from Amazon for this because I know obviously prices vary from shop to shop, and some people don't even have a local fish shop in their area. This is probably the most consistent way of doing this. So I hope this encourages you to do something similar yourself. As you can probably tell, I'm suffering with a bit of a cold at the moment, so I do apologise for that. But I think that's enough from me, and let's go ahead and set this up. Okay, so welcome back to the video, thanks for checking that out. As you can see, it was really cheap to set up. I think in total with everything combined with the links I've provided, it comes to £36. There are cheaper ways of doing it, and if you want to shop around, I'd definitely recommend doing that. If you're somebody that can't get to a local fish shop or doesn't have anything in their area, then please check out the links. That's the reason I've provided them, so you can go away and set something up similarly yourself. So I mentioned at the start of the video that there's loads of possible opportunities of what you can use this tub for. Now, since I had it, I initially set it up as a quarantine tank, as you can probably tell from some of the clips. I'm currently using it to stock a lot of my guppies in. The tank is slightly overcrowded at the moment, but I will be thinning out the guppies. I'm just selecting the best ones I want to keep back for breeding. So as well as using it as a stocking tank, I've also used it as a grow out tank. I do have a black angelfish in there, which wasn't growing as quickly as my other angelfish. So I separated him to give him a better chance of growing. I also keep a lot of extra media, whether that be sponges or I've got some biological media in the substrate. I've got extra filters in there, just on the off chance I do need to set up a tank quite quickly. This tank I used biological media from my main show aquarium. That made it that I could add fish straight away. Obviously I tested the water, checked all the nitrates were all fine, which it was. And it is always handy to have extra media on hand. You never know, even if you don't plan to have another tank, there's always a possibility that could happen. I've also used this tub as well. I needed to separate my Plecostomus as well from my main angelfish tank. It was getting slightly aggressive. If I didn't have a spare tank, I would probably have to deal with that or look to get rid of either the angelfish or the Plecostomus, which again is something I'd rather not do. But this tank can be used for literally anything. I've used it to soak bogwood in, to make it sink, to get rid of tannins. I've currently got some clippings of some pothos plants that I use in my vivariums. But if you don't have any use for a quarantine tank, or you don't feel that you need anything like this, then what better use can you use for a tank than to keep fish in? If you want to have a cheap fish tank, then I definitely recommend that this is a good option for you. What I would say is if you're going to get a tub similar size to mine or any bigger, I would recommend that you brace the middle of the tank. All you need to do is, as I've done, is just wrap some sellotape or some masking tape or any tape that you have around the middle of the tank. It just stops it expanding and helping the structure of the tub when it's filled with water. But if you've always wanted a quarantine tank or never even considered one, then I definitely recommend going along these lines. It is quite a cheap way of doing it. It's not the only way of doing it, but this is the best way I've found so far. If you have any questions or you'd like to know a bit more about how this was done or how it's getting along, then please comment in the section below. As usual, I'll be posting regular updates on this tank as well as any of my other enclosures or animals. And please check me out on Instagram, my Facebook page and Twitter. Again, I'm really grateful for all your support and for checking out my video. If you could comment in the section below and tell me what video you'd like to see next, I'd really like to get your input on what you would like to see. I'd rather make videos that you want to see than me churning out things that you're not actually interested in. So I really encourage you to comment in the section below to get your suggestions out there. If I get a common thread, I'll pick the best one. Otherwise, I'll be adding these to my list and these will be videos I'll be doing going forward. And as usual, I really appreciate your support. If you haven't yet subscribed, then please do. But thanks again and I'll see you next time.